Hey, yo, who's live on YouTube? Bump, 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 ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Dyze live on YouTube. What is the word, peeps? What goes on? J Porks here, hoping that you can see it and comment on it. And I never have the camera straight away from me. I usually have it on side. So rate my Skype room is not going to come on here and get me for this, but it's all right. How's it hanging, everybody? Okay. So you may have noticed that the title to this is Wear a Mask. That's not the title to my podcast. My podcast this week is titled #Obama Great. And you can go to soundcloud.com/Dyze In Your House to listen to that. It's up on SoundCloud right now. It was early access for East Coast Radioheads on Patreon. That was yesterday. You could have gotten it. The benefits of becoming a East Coast Radiohead. So there's that. But also, just wanted to say, felt like it was a good episode. Felt like I was on fire. There's a lot of restlessness in the country right now, me included. Listen, how do I put this? I really like my job. I want to go back. I love the people. I miss it. We all miss normal things. We all miss normalcy. Like, I mean, I've been missing normalcy for over 3 years. That's why I begged people not to vote for a clown. But when you vote for a clown, you elect one, you get a circus. And I didn't know it would be the circus of death. Nonetheless, here we are, 90,000 Americans dead because people thought memes were more important than policy. But here's the thing. The biggest pet peeve of mine is people walking around. Not walking around. People on the internet sharing their views about how when they get the opportunity to go back to their jobs, that when they're out in the public, they're exercising their right to not wear a mask. I air quoted wear a mask. I should have air quoted exercising their right. You don't have a right to get people sick. So that's one sentence that clips your whole theory. But in all actuality, it goes a lot deeper than that, because everybody that says things like open up the country and open up the economy and blah, 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 if you people would stop crying and use that energy to make a mask or two and put it on so you guys can walk around, and maybe if you don't have the virus, maybe if you have the virus, you can not infect people. Or if you don't have the virus, just in case. Or if there's a little bit of COVID in the air and maybe that little bit of cloth will help you, maybe it'll save your life. There is no conspiracy theory here, guys. There's no, it wasn't Bill Gates. You know, the stay-at-home measures are not Democrats. I mean, I'm sorry. I want all the Democrats running for office to be able to hit the campaign trail. Like, this does nothing good for Democrats. Democrats are not here thinking, oh man, it's good if people stay home. If we stay home, we don't get to the polls. We don't get to the polls. None of this was worth anything. We just want to be safe. And I need everybody to go take a look at the curve in New York State from the infection rate. Just look at that. Look at that mountainous hill, but then look at how it actually came down. We're actually, it seemed statewide to be in the numbers it was when it first broke out, which is crazy considering the density and population of New York City. Now, some parts of New York City have reopened for at least another couple of weeks, but people are clamoring. And you know what? The more you, if you, the more you want to go out, just have that mask. Then you'll be able to go out. So saying, I want to go out. So you're sitting there saying you want to be able to go out and you don't want to wear a mask? Like, but there's a virus. And also when a vaccine comes out, you're not taking it because autism? Again, there's no conspiracy theories here. It's a virus. Irresponsible government was the reason why we're not out ahead of this. The reason why America is not leading the world in solving this crisis is because of a failure and a lack of leadership. And that's it. There's no other like underlying circumstance. And now we have to deal with the consequences. This is what happens when message boards full of white supremacists actually like get the balls to leave their house and vote. And it's scary. And we have to make sure it never happens again. And from the confines of our home is not helping Democrats. I want to have a convention. I want to know who the Veep's going to be. I want to see what show Stacey Abrams goes on next to, express her interest. I think she's interested. I'm not sure. Also, another line from my podcast is, and again, soundcloud.com/Dyze In Your House. But a point I belabor, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's late. Another thing you hear is like haircuts. None of these people have dope hairlines. You know what I'm saying? Your haircut is trash. Oh, I want the mall to open so I can go to Pottery Barn and get a bucket so I can put it on my head so my son can cut my hair. Like, what is that? Your shape up is trash. So when you go to soundcloud.com/Dyze In Your House, you'll just hit play on the latest episode. It is titled #ObamaGreat. And anybody, you can hit like on that. And also there's a support the creator button. We're raising money to buy lunches for nurses. So yeah, these people in Nebraska want haircuts. Like, and also when haircuts were a thing, I know I got long hair and people say like, oh, like Jay doesn't care about haircuts. Haircuts are religion. Haircuts are church. I know that. I am not. I used to get haircuts. Now I know people say, "Oh, I saw your pictures. You looked whack." No, I'm serious. That I understand how important it is. I used to get my skin tape up all the time. I used to make appointments. If my barber wasn't there, I would like not get a haircut that day. Like I wasn't clamoring by the mall saying, "I need the mall open so I can go to Supercuts." People are clowns. I want to get my $5 haircut. First of all, like as an adult now, like as somebody that cared about haircuts that much when I was 15, 16, 17, I didn't stop cutting my hair till 2006. Damn, I've been growing my hair mad long. But like as somebody that used to go to the same shop, sit in the same chair, like if I was still getting haircuts now, my barber's place isn't open. So technically he's probably cutting hair, right? Either at his house or at my house if I invite him over. Like, I mean, if you say, "Hey, I can be safe," then shut up and do it. You know? It's like hearing people, do this, this is what's gonna happen. This is what we'll do. Shut up and do it. You don't have your barber making haircuts are so important to you that your barber isn't making house calls. You want to sit there and cry about Andrew Cuomo getting a haircut? Who cares? Who cares? I mean, seriously, this guy's got slideshows up, so I don't have to listen to big words. I can just look at the slideshow like, oh, I understand now. Like, it's informative. And he's a little too centrist for me, but like he's dealing with this good, and I'm not gonna give him grief for it. SoundCloud.com/Dyze In Your House, remember. So we delve into that, like people complaining about haircuts instead of making masks. I don't get it. I wanted to make sure I get up off YouTube because I got some other things to do tonight. And by other things, I mean nothing. The numbers in the middle of the country are going to be off the charts. And I want to build a wall around them. Because all these states that went back or didn't have stay-at-home orders and don't have any testing, and like we need like California, Texas, New York, these places need to be walled off from the places that it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a long summer. I promise you that. The Bible Belt is in for a rude awakening when they can't pray a virus away. Promise you. Maybe then people will realize. I mean, I know Trump said the thing about shooting somebody on Fifth Avenue. I'd have to shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and I'd still give supporters. Yeah, well, he didn't shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, but he's responsible for the death of over 90,000 Americans. And that is a super duper fact. So the crazy, wild conspiracy theories that are running out there, it's not true. None of them. Here's what's true. Because when doctors talk, I listen. So wash your hands. Don't touch your face with unwashed hands. When you leave the house, wear a mask. Now, if you're alone on the street and there is literally nobody there, you can pull the mask down. It's good. But you see people, stay 6 feet away from them. Wear the mask. You think it's overkill? Would you rather be home? I think being home might be overkill. Why don't you relax? Okay. Wear the mask. Wash your hands. Get your hand sanitizer. Keep that rocking and rolling. When you go into places, make sure you're 6 feet away from people and just be smart. And you know what? For the people that say oh, well, if I did this during flu season, what would it be like? Well, you might not get the fucking flu, asshole, so maybe you should give it a shot. In other countries, they wear masks, all the time. Sometimes for smog. But the viruses, worse tornadoes, worse weather, all of that stuff is tied to climate change, stuff that we could have gotten ahead of 20 years ago had Al Gore won the election. For those who don't follow me on Twitter, at JPorks on Twitter, I was live on Periscope a couple of days ago, and I went on I have a working theory, that if Al Gore won the election in 2000, there would not be COVID-19. And if there was, there would not be rampant pandemic death tolls. There are several reasons for that, all of them obvious. And oh yeah, and that needless war we wouldn't have had to get into. But I mean, hey, I'm just I'm just a purveyor of truths. That's all I am. And I'm just a guy that wants to go back to work. That's all. And the views and opinions expressed on my YouTube are that and are not that of my employer. But between you and me, freaking love my employer. And like, I had a lot of crap jobs in my life that I wish this would have happened during. If I was a waiter right now, or like if I worked I still worked in the Catholic school, if I worked at Pizza Hut or something, that would be open. That would have sucked. But and I could collect unemployment's crazy right now. Imagine if I was collecting that. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Still employed by my job. Gonna go back soon, hopefully. Cuomo seems to be getting more optimistic every day. Listen, I work in a place where there's no cubicles. You can maintain safety, and people need to be smart. And the safer we are, the healthier we are. And that's another problem with this country. Everyone talks about healthcare, healthcare, healthcare. They don't talk about like keeping people healthy. They talk about healthcare on the back end, like when you get sick. But nobody's thinking about like, let's work on how people get sick, They got medicine for the flu, but if you just wore a mask or something and avoided people, like during flu season, if we took 6 feet measures and we took social distancing measures during like the height of flu season, maybe we wouldn't have 30,000 deaths a year from the flu. Maybe we wouldn't. Maybe we would, but maybe we wouldn't. Is it not worth a shot? Is it murdering anybody? Like, am I dead because I have to do this stuff? No one's asking you to go turn in your guns, you fucking stupid rednecks, with your stupid fucking haircuts that you can do at home on your own anyway. Your hairline is trash. It's a fact. You want to get the Pottery Barn. Put a fucking bowl on your head so you can fucking... Guys don't know about nothing. SoundCloud.com/Dyze In Your House. For the latest episode of Dyze In Your House, it is titled Obama Great, because Obama's great and I miss him. And if you saw his speech, I mean, to see a real life president, my heart, still my beating heart. Anyhow, we're almost at 20 minutes. SoundCloud.com/Dyze In Your House. That is SoundCloud.com/Dyze In Your House. Patreon.com/JPorks. If you want to think about getting the podcast a day early, come check it out. Become a East Coast Radiohead. Several cool things come with being a East Coast Radiohead. Personalized artwork mailed to you every month. You get in on the monthly Zoom chats. And of course, you have early access to most episodes of Dyze In Your House, exclusively on East Coast Radio. Follow me on Twitter at JPorks. Follow me on Instagram at Dyze In Your House. Follow me on Snapchat at Dyze In Your House. And when you see that podcast, hit like, hit play, hit share. Share it with your friends. All right. Till next time, JPorks, Dyze In Your House, exclusively in your YouTube feed. End stream. Yes, no, end stream, cocksmoker. The mumbling cursing at the end of my video and opinions are that of my own and not that of my employer. Till next